All right, guys, welcome back in. Good morning. A little bit later of a stream today because I had some things we needed to do. So yeah, I was running some errands, so I stopped and grabbed myself a nice little coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. Usually don't spend money on coffee outside my house, but today, yeah, we did. So you might see me taking some sips from that. Let's see here. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Racer. So here's what's going to be on the agenda today. As Racer has said, there's going to be a vote midstream. Whenever we get more people in the channel, we're going to do a vote of what truck I should buy next on hard mode. I do already have the 5070, but you can actually, if you want to vote that, you can vote that as well. I do have it in my garage though. Good morning, Scorpio, as well. So here's going to be a couple things. We're going to get started on hard mode here. Continue. Start doing these tasks. And about midstream, we'll do two events. The first event is I actually got a comment on a post on Reddit where there was a little bit of a argument on the Zix ZHM tires for the Zix 612. And a commenter actually asked me to make a video on this just to show that the findings on both of these. So what I'll do is I actually recorded video and started putting it into my my video software editing, which is Adobe Premiere Pro. And what I did was I actually put them side by side, and that's how I can tell the exact precise timing on these is through that program. So what I do is I just basically did like a side by side. So we'll show that later, but that's probably gonna be midstream, and then we're gonna do the vote of which truck I should buy next. So with all that being said, I hope you guys are having a blessed Tuesday here. Sorry about a little bit somewhat later of a stream, but yeah, we're getting started here and get moving. 1 second, y'all. All right, we're back. Okay, sorry guys. Crazy. I went and did one of those wellness shots with my wife. Okay, that had some cayenne pepper in it. Oh, that was spicy. What's up, Cotton? Welcome in. Can we also vote which truck is going to drive today? We will get back to that. You ready to vote for the Antarctic? Oh my goodness. All right, let's go. Let's get started here. Oh no, this is the test map. All right, we'll have to go back here. Take another sip of that nice coffee. Sorry guys for a little bit of a late start today, as I said. Let's move. Let's get moving. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna use primarily I think we'll use the step 310 Echo for a lot of things today. We will also use the Dairy Special. So you guys will see the Dairy Special. Then when we get the Zix 566 Alpha, you know, I'll play the Zix as well. I'm actually really excited to play the 566 Alpha because it's just really a fun truck to play. It's crazy how a 4x4 is really that good. Okay, so let me get out of here. Okay. This one to the house in the mountains. We're going to do this right now, actually. Delivery from the port, delivery to the port. What's delivery to the port? One cabin, 2 concrete blocks. Oh, 1 second, can I click on you again? Can I click on you again? No cabins. Okay, hold on a second. 1 cabin, concrete blocks. No concrete blocks there. You're craving the crocodile right now? Okay, I got an idea. Let me see something here. I can get this to activate, dude. Yeah, I think we're gonna do this. So I think we'll do delivery to the port and then do delivery from the port with this right here. I think this is the move. I'll go down here, get a cabin with the dairy spec, and I'll just basically run right through here. Pick up the cabin, turn around, head back this way. Might have to bump some gas here. Go here, get the concrete blocks, and then basically peel off and come back. I might be able to cross here. I don't know. Who knows? We'll figure this stuff out. Let's get rolling here. And then from there, you'll see I'll do delivery from the port. So delivery to the port will be for that mission, and then delivery from the port will come from that little trailer right there. So, and then basically that's it. All right, let's go. I probably need to go get a roof rack on this thing real quick, right? So maybe we'll stop by the garage and get that over with. Welcome in, guys. Good to see you, by the way. Also, keep in mind that I am using the Westline V16 2450, so I have 250 torque right now. I don't have the 280. I believe it's 280. I'd have to check my numbers. I'm pretty sure it's a 280,000 torque engine here. Because I think the FEM is 288, I believe, so. Yo, Chikazuki, welcome in. Dude, literally exactly the same thing. I didn't even read that comment when I saw your name. I said literally the exact same thing you wrote. That's so funny. Am I that predictable? I guess I'm that predictable, huh? Ooh. You like it? That's funny. I like to welcome people in, you know? All right, cool. Nice little shortcut there. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get this cabin. Sweet. What's up, Wild Wolf Firefighter? It didn't even notify you? That's weird, man. That's weird. That's just a very weird thing. I don't know why that's happening. I've been hearing that a lot, actually. Okay, I'm gonna bust out of here and go to the garage so I can put this roof rack on here. Yeah, there's some funny stuff yesterday happened on stream. Racer is correct. Yeah, we're ready for some happy little accidents, W. Good to see you. Welcome in. Alright, back to the garage. Let's get this roof rack on there. And then let's head out again. You know, I actually like this engine. What's up, Victor? Welcome in. I do like this engine. It's actually doesn't chew up a lot of gas right now with the advanced special. All right, cool. Let's go with this. Oh, are you kidding? Oh wait. Oh, it just does that. Okay, let's bust out. Ooh, I thought I destroyed my cargo. I was gonna say, man, do not destroy my cargo, please. Okay, so now back over to the other warehouse, grab the 2 concrete blocks, then back to the port. What? Did it give me gas? It did. What? I thought that doesn't happen. What is going on? Can you guys explain that? I thought it doesn't give you gas whenever it just gives you parts. Yes, you can put it in the garage with cargo on it. So the other thing you can actually do is you can actually store it. So I could retain this truck and then deploy it at another location on a map. So if there's another garage, you essentially can like kind of transport cargo that way. It's a little bit of a bug. The dairy special's bugged. Okay, whatever. I'll take the free fuel. It's fine. You know, we'll take it. But anyways, welcome in everybody who's stopping in. For those who didn't catch the beginning of the stream, today about mid-stream, we're going to do a vote on what truck I buy next. So that will happen, and then I'm also going to show you guys from some comments. Yo, Swedish Nick, thank you for that follow. Welcome in. From some comments on Reddit and some folks that believe these Zix tires are better. I actually went ahead and did some testing. I don't have space. Wait. I actually went ahead and did testing because I deleted my last testing I did. And on the ZHM tires for the 612 versus the MSH JAT tires. So I'll show you guys a little side-by-side. Basically the JAT tires versus the ZHM tires, because there's been some folks wondering what is the better tire, and some folks saying some things that I just want to kind of clear up. So we'll talk about that. It does this in hard mode, only for the dairy special. I took advantage of this while getting my trucks ready for the next region. Ah, that's actually a really good exploit there, which we could be doing. I don't know. Maybe I don't probably think I need to though, but it is a cool exploit. Sweet exploit. Kind of like nighttime here because you can see. It's almost like. It's like smoky almost, you know? Is the testing map you use on console? No. There's no... There is testing maps you can use. The one I have is actually private, so I cannot share it with anybody. It's actually Max Powers. And yeah, he wants to keep it private, so it's kind of... You know, he shared it with me and and SD1 and district. So, you know, there's actually videos on SD1, his page. Whenever you see him running down a mud strip, that's pretty much the map he's using for testing a lot of stuff, because it just puts you in a controlled environment. But yeah, there's other test maps you can download from the mod.io. There's some pretty good ones too. They're all very similar. That same test strip that I'm using, you're going to see today, or my mod testing, my little mod map there that Max Power made. We used that same map for testing tires back in 2022 on my first video with Max Power, which was the mud running tips. Actually, it wasn't our first video. It was like our first collaboration video, I'd say. Yeah, kind of. Concrete blocks, boom. But yeah, Racer, you can get, there's other testing maps you can download off mod.io that are very similar. Very similar. You'll still get the same, very similar type of thing, so. Okay, cool. A little bit of an overstack here. Let's go this, that. Tuck my legs in, and then back over to the port. Yo, iTeam, welcome in. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. All right, back over to the port. We're going to be moving today. We're trying to. Hopefully we don't have any more of those incidents we had yesterday, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I'll try to stay out of using comments on snorkels and deep diving into rivers. I'm going to rephrase what I said about snorkels. If you're using normal routes that the developers have put in to cross rivers, most of the time you can, I would say a lot of times you can get away without a snorkel. But if you're going off the beaten path, yeah, you probably want to have a snorkel. You finished Wisconsin, you started playing more today? Ooh. Nice, dude. I think you'll enjoy it. Just take your time. Don't worry about completing something in a timely fashion. Just enjoy it. Let's go. Get cooking. Let's go. Move. You're going to play it more last so you have all the trucks. Yeah, that always helps. I've heard a lot of folks do that nowadays. That is the beauty of SnowRunner, right? You can just play whatever region you want to play at a certain time. What's up, Jigsaw? What? You see, the only truck is gonna be the Femme? Wait, what? Wait, what? Season 10 trucks, man. Season 11 trucks will be good. Oh, what? I say season 11 truck. I mean, Burlak's gonna crush it. Just don't tip over, because good luck tipping it back to its wheels. Yeah, good luck tipping it back to its wheels. That's kind of the hard part. That's actually the really hard part. Yeah, I mean, I think the Mac defense will be pretty good there. The Kenny is going to be pretty good there too. I think so too. I think definitely, you know, 70-inch tires. It's heavy. So can I rock this double? Let me see if I can do this double here. No, it's gonna fall. Yeah, it's gonna fall. The only thing I would say about the Femme, here's the issue I find with the Femme. Like regarding like which one's better for more is like the Femme is going to absolutely rip through cargo, or not through cargo, through gas, especially if you're using the large engine. So we're back afloat and damage free if you want to. Quick ride. Okay, now we do delivery from the port. Femme is just the best heavy truck. Yeah, it can definitely pull, that's for sure. Alright, hold on, let me see here. Where are we going? Boom. Out. Over. Round. To the house in the mountains. So it's weird. I think the Femme kind of throws. How do I say this? Yeah, it's definitely OP. It's definitely OP. The Femme is different, man. Because like, how do I say that? It's tough. The hardest class in this game to judge based upon a tier list, in my opinion, is the heavy class, because they're just. It's not efficient. It's definitely not efficient. The Femme is not efficient. If you use the KZ GT, you'll probably have a little more range. But here's the thing, man. I don't know. Because we talked yesterday about, yeah, taking an underpowered engine, which I don't think it's going to be underpowered, and then loading it up with cargo and then just stressing it out all the time. So then, yeah, you have to think about that. But also, under load with heavy cargo, that engine it's using, the top one, I think it's the R2, you know, that thing just chews gas. Just chews gas. Whoa. I don't know, it's weird. It's like, yeah, judging the heavy trucks on a tier list is kind of rough now, because you have to kind of, I'm trying to think. Here's why I think a lot of things are move around there, is because I'm going to try to judge them more so. I think the final say is like more so based on how much impact they have made upon my game. That's going to be like the final kicker. But I think I'm going to primarily going to judge them based upon their specialization, their off-road performance, their balance, and power. So I think this actually makes it so the Antarctic actually might slide up a little bit, because if you base the Antarctic off of its specialized purpose, it's actually quite useful. It's just, but it can't go up into, it can never go up into like an S category for me, just because, yeah, it can cross deep areas really quick, right? Pretty fast. But man, any type of topography, you're just your liability with your balance. Yeah, trucks like the Western Stars, yeah, and then trucks like the Kenny, yeah, it's so, the heavy class is kind of a mess right now. It's probably going to be the hardest class to judge. So you have 90 gallons. You have 90 gallons on it, which isn't too bad. But then you do have a roof rack. I think here's the thing on a Moore. I think you're just going to have a lot of support on a Moore. You really are. Unless you pack something on it. Unless you pack like a trailer like on its head to refuel it or something of those sorts, or even on its on top of the cargo. I mean, pulling 35 liter, I mean, that's kind of like, if you think about it, it's pulling numbers that are similar to, well, what is it? Similar to the 5600 TS right now. With actually, was it 16 more gallons, okay? In a roof rack. So yeah, I don't know. It's definitely gonna have more range than the 5600 TS, right? Definitely better capability. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna be usable. You're gonna be able to pull a ton of cargo, at least 7 slots with a 3-slot bed. Like, you're gonna have a 3-slot bed with a crane, which is just unreal. To me, it's just unreal. And then you can pull 8 if you just want, the 4-slotter with another hitch trailer, which... But I think also the downside of that truck is its maneuverability. It can't... Getting that thing into some spaces is going to be difficult. But, I mean, I think you're going to have places that are few and far between that you're going to have trouble, if that makes sense, because... Yeah, you can always take the main routes, right? Let's be real. There's always main routes to take. I mean, there's going to be spots where you're just not going to be able to get into. Turning around with a hinged bed or articulated steering, and then you have a 4-slot trailer behind you. The maneuverability is going to stink. That's the issue, I think. Larpup, welcome in. Yeah, I think this is like, not main haulers. You don't judge them by main haulers. I think you judge them based upon what their speciality is. So for the Femme, like, its speciality is pretty much hauling cargo. Like, it has its own custom bed, 4 slots. It's like, I absolutely have to consider that, right? You kind of do, because it's not a generic. It's like what's on it, right? All right, I got myself a free trailer here. To pick a truck with the most engine power, tire size. Heavy trucks are intended to drive high saddle, gigantic cargo. Yeah, that's true, and maybe long logs. I think that's true too as well. Everything else is secondary. That's true. So like, I think a huge thing is power. It's not necessarily tire size. Tire size is definitely a bonus. It's gonna be their power their ability to pull heavy things like special mission trailers or rescues, and also just overall performance. Balance is actually going to be one of my biggest critiques. My biggest ones, yeah. I think so, because if you have a heavy truck that you're going to rescue somebody with, or going to do something crazy with, and you just go and tip over with the heavy truck weighing, you know, like this, you're just making your day pretty terrible, right? I know, man. I like the old sand color. Okay, let's do this. Let's go swap to my dude here. Drilling spare parts. I could probably go do this, but here is the issue at hand. The issue at hand, actually, let me just find out some stuff. So floating detectors. Carrying. I could do that too. Where does that contamination? Factory warehouse. Wow, dude. I know where that one's at. Water boon. Oh, dude, these are like all... I'm not going to do these booms for right now. I'm not going to mess with these for right now. But no, those are good things to judge by. I definitely think balance has to be one of the biggest determinants of what's a good truck. Balance is huge, honestly. So like, I don't know if you guys have seen this video. So Telemenace, I actually like Telemenace's channel. I'm a fan. I think he's very brave. He just put out a video yesterday for his top 10 trucks in SnowRunner, and I find it very, very interesting. And I think it's really to step out and put out something like that. It's a very brave thing, because he has some takes on some trucks that are very interesting, and I like seeing that, man. Just probably different from the mold, you know. Example, he has the Voron D on there that he likes, that one the most, and I was like, man, I like that take. That's different. It's different from, you know, what everybody else says. Again, you're talking about rescue, not driving cargo trailer. I actually think that's the opposite. The stability is not as important because those trailers are going to add to it. Yeah, well, that's true. So, I guess... So that's the thing, like rescue, being able to rescue, balance, hauling massive cargo, like special mission trailers, aka your, I would say your, let me see, your saddle height is going to be another thing. But I think when it boils down to it, at like the last level is essentially like, how much has this vehicle been impactful to my game? That's what I think it's going to boil down to. So like, I guess for somebody to say, let's say comparing a Kolob against like a Fem, right? So in my opinion, I think the Kolobs are still very, very specialized, and they're still very, very strong. I don't really think, and they do their job very well based upon what they've been given. So the thing is, that's the thing about the heavies. I don't think it should be based upon how much they can do. Okay, I need to go up here and do this west camp. I might crawl up here with the step. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that in contamination. So what I'll do, I will backtrack. Essentially get through here. Like, how do I say this? I don't necessarily care about heavy trucks hauling cargo. insane high saddle cargo. Yeah, okay, so yeah, maybe high saddle cargo. Okay, well, I'll say that. Let me just rephrase that. That's why the fem is the king in your book. I see what you're saying. Let's flip this around. Do you feel like any of the Wolfpack trucks should be a heavy? No, I don't feel any of them should, actually. I feel like they actually are in the wrong class completely. They're in the wrong class completely. Dude, really? I just want to back up into this. Oh, there's a fish. You see the fish? It's like a shark. That's crazy. Yeah, the Fem power-wise, the Fem smokes them. Yeah, it just has insane amounts of power, right? No, it does. It absolutely does. There's absolutely no denying that. So that's kind of like my argument is I don't think I would judge, here's the thing, I judge the off-road class different than I would the heavies. I just feel the off-road class having versatility is a huge one for me, right? Because those are kind of like my, I don't say my drones, like the guys that go out and hack the mission. Same thing with the heavy duty, like having versatility is a huge thing. Like heavies, but like also like the heavies are not necessarily in a lot of, yeah, they're not in a lot of maps, right? And another thing I think I have to kind of like to tag along with LARPup too as well, is there's not a lot of missions for like super heavy stuff, right? So yeah. But like I think the ability to navigate super conditions also is another good a good one to judge heavy trucks by. The off-road class, I don't think it's important for that. Like you can go through like super conditions, whatever. Like I'm not really worried about that. Yo, what's up, Eagle Eye? Welcome in. Low boy trailer is pretty bad. Yeah, it is pretty bad. Can't do it. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like, I'm actually thinking about it. So if you go back and you think about, okay, so what truck is also in the heavy class that I think has value? Like I would say a ton of value is actually the Aeromatsu Forester. So like I actually rank this very low, but the thing is, I have to judge the Aeromatsu Forester by what it does, or what it can do, right? So like for logs, I mean, I would probably say it's the best logging vehicle other than like a Kenny, right? But Kenny is pretty crazy with its, you know, being able to load itself with basically short mediums. There's not many trucks in the game that can actually do that stuff. So that's super important, I think, too. But I think that the Forester definitely has to slide up on that list based upon, because logging is very hard in this game, and let's be real, like there are some very hard logging missions, and the Forester kind of makes not necessarily short work of them, but easy work of them, right? Yo, El Chupa, thank you for that follow, welcome in. They're faster, more flexible, more efficient, yes, than heavies having a sideboard. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like I don't think we should be using heavies for a lot of pulling missions, right? Like this setup here, I guarantee I'll churn missions out faster than with, you know, the super heavy, just because I can travel faster. Super heavies are good in like really heavy conditions, right? But yeah, welcome in everybody. As I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm gonna detach actually right here. We are going to vote on what truck I am going to use next soon, and we're also going to take a look at some things on the Zix 612, because there was somebody who wanted to see the comparison between the new Zix tires and the old ZHM tires, or the upgrades to the ZHM tires, I would add. Here we go. Here we go. Just like I knew what I was doing, you know what I'm saying? Off-road, I don't know. I think it's very easy to judge off-road. I think, or much easier to judge off-road trucks than the heavy class. Highway is going to be rough for me. I think here's where it's going to be rough. I think what's kind of scrambles this whole mess is the new changes to the Kenworth W990 being in the highway class. Now, you know, it has insane codes for tires. It has, you know, improved balance for its center of mass offset. It has a crazy strong engine at 228,000 torque now. Always on diff lock, and not many highway trucks have even diff lock. Not many highway trucks even have all-wheel drive. There's only 2 of them. So I have to kind of think to myself, is the Kenny better than the likes of a MH9500? Because I think like the value of a heavy or a highway truck having all-wheel drive diff lock is pretty substantial, right? Because not a lot of them have it. So I think that's kind of like very special, right? And added ice under mud, yeah. You have 1,700 hours in this game, all task contracts and trailers returned up to BC. Nice, dude. Okay, cool. That's that. I'm not going to mess with this right now. Actually, where does this go? First plot, second plot? I'm not going to mess with this right now. So you're a novice player, welcome. No, no one's a novice player. But yeah, when we get to about an hour in stream, I'm going to show you guys some stuff. Yeah, what's up, Bay? Welcome in. I'm having a good day. We are having a good day. It's always a good day to hang out on stream. I need to get down here to do this. I need to grab this abandoned transport. And then we're going to head this way and grab all these pieces of cargo that are going to be for this right here. I believe it's called contamination removal. Yeah, and then we'll pack the scout on top of those, deliver the scout, and yeah, it's gonna be, and we're gonna keep on rolling. But yeah, what is your, okay, so let me ask you guys this. If you were, where would you put the Kenworth W990 now with its new changes coming in Season 12 with always on diff lock, basically the same tire codes as like a P16, which it kind of does. It's basically the same thing, or a little bit of a variation, but very similar, and also improved center of mass balance, and not to mention it has crazy versatility, or maybe not versatility. Let's call it add-on capabilities, because I think those are 2 different things, right? To say a truck's versatile means that it can actually utilize those add-ons, in my opinion. Because how do I say this? Like, case in point, I believe is like Zix 5368, right? It has these huge add-ons, but as soon as you equip them, when you set off the drive, you notice like, hey, this shouldn't be on here, right? You think that the P512 should get always on diff lock? I'm absolutely with you. I'm with you, dude. The funny thing is, the P512 is the only Pacific truck that doesn't have always on diff lock. Is the only one. You're in the right place. You're in the right place, El Chapo. You are in the right place. You think it's a strong B? So like, how do I say this? For like highway trucks, I don't think there's no highway truck for me that goes past a B. I don't think there's any heavy duty truck that goes past a B, to be honest, in my opinion. But I could say this, there is a truck I'm going to move up in the heavy duty, and that's going to be the HX520. That's definitely getting a bump. I need the jackknife. Give me a second, y'all. Here, hold on. I have to mute this. I have to mute the audio so I don't get flagged here. Sorry guys, I'm muting the audio of the game because yeah, I'll catch a copyright strike whenever I upload this. So we'll just do that for the time being. Crocodile with high saddle. That's brave. That's brave. I like it. Can I get this thing to turn? The Warthog and Bandit updates? Yes, I am too. That's fine. I'll roll with that pack. No mods ever, I should add. Nice, dude. Respect. What? Refuel? We'll take that. I will definitely take that. Yeah. I'm gonna I'll turn back on the music or the sound here in a second. Okay, turning it back on. Here we go. Sound audio is back. Okay, let's roll this out, guys. Let's roll it out. Honestly, man, the Kenworth W990, I think the only place you're going to see increased performance with always on diff lock is just the places that you don't really need diff lock, right? I think whenever you're kind of like rolling through like trails like these coming up, like what I'm looking at here, I think then you're going to notice it a little bit more. Because like usually when you hit like a mud strip, you're already like low diff locked, right? Why does the Tatra Force not have a low saddle? I think it's just because it's a high or it's a heavy truck. I think I would argue for the Tatra Phoenix to have a low saddle. Tatra Force, I don't know. I mean, that's an idea. Tatra Force with low saddle. I don't think it would add. Yeah, I guess Tatra Force with the low saddle would be okay. Yeah, many heavy trucks do have low saddles, but there's a lot of things is should they have a low saddle, I guess. There's a lot of them I don't think should. There's a lot of them I don't think should have a low saddle, but that's just the way it is. think the super heavies definitely shouldn't. Just jackknife this because I gotta be able to reach. Just flying through the snow? Yeah. For the burlap? Oh, absolutely. I can see that. You dropped normal after Season 8? I still play normal. You guys know that. Can we give the Dairy Longhorns a crane? That'd be sick. That'd be sweet. 4520 and the 3194, right? 3193, 4, yeah. Just cut this off for now. I'm gonna have to replace or remove the scout here, and then we'll have to like kind of adjust him a little bit. We'll do this here in a second. I'm actually going to take a picture of this. Yes, sir, we are. Actually, I don't know why I have all-wheel drive on. That's a no-no. All-wheel drive when you're stopped? That's dummy. That's dummy move right there. Dude, if you vote for the K7M, you're getting banned. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I should ban you though. That's blasphemy right there. You would do that to me, Racer? You would do that. Dude, can I pick you up? Okay. Retract. Thank you. Pull. Winch. And get out of my... Get out. Go. That's great. I love that. Actually, wait, I gotta do something here. Unpack. Why are you being so mean, Tim? I'm just playing, Racer. You're always welcome here. Even if you make me use a K7M. I pray that doesn't happen. Yeah, I think, yeah, with the new Jats, I could see that. Okay, let's jackknife it. Okay, maybe I need to come forward a little bit to even out this trailer. There we go. That's better. Come on, dude. Don't trip with me. Don't mess with me right now. I want to pack this on top, and he's just being so mean. You're a mean man. No. Okay, you know what? I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it. We're just gonna drive. I'm just gonna pull him with the winch. If I had a American crane, look at him, dude. He's just chilling. I'd be fine. Oh, he's just gonna fall. You know what? I'll do this though. I'll actually like pull him around. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just roll out like this. Grab that container, that container. Okay, they're just all kind of like in this, on this little stretch here. It's fine. He's just stubborn, man. But I was gonna try to be cute. Cuteness is diminished. After I deliver this little five slot cargo and this mission here, we'll take a look at the a little video I made, or kind of like something just to show you guys, to do some clarification on some things. See how slow that deploys? It's kind of crazy. Yeah, we'll do the video and then we'll do the vote. No, gotcha. Haha. You thought you can get away. Let's just tone that down a little bit. Yeah, I'll just roll diff lock here. Let me turn my music up a little bit here. Alright, Vay, thank you for stopping in, man. I appreciate it, stopping by and saying hello. Hopefully your busy day is a good one. We will see you later, brother. Why are so many later maps easy, like Glades, Ontario? I think it's just because as a player base, we've gotten better, and we've also gotten really good trucks along the way. And also, there's been quite a lot of complaints for heavy, or they're catering to a casual player base. Based upon market sales, yeah. Or marketing, I guess. Dude, really? Are you really gonna hold me down? Are you gonna hold me down? Like what? What are you holding? There's nothing there. It's like this, man. If you look back, Eagle, if you look back at history, people cried whenever Kola Peninsula first came out. That's a real thing. Nowadays, it's not as hard because there's just so much information out there now. But at the time, yeah, there was like an outcrying about it. Yeah. So, abandoned transport, where does this go? Where do these contaminations go? Okay, cool, let's do abandoned transport for now. And then, so if you look at it, so people cried about Kola Peninsula. No, that's not true. People cried about Kola Peninsula in general. I've definitely seen it Dude, I was around for it. I was around for it. I even was making content. COVID, yeah. Lake Cove, I don't think was well received. I still think people didn't understand that you could cut across ice until later. It still posed problems for folks. I literally remember being on stream and people talking about all of Kola Peninsula just being hard. I remember the posts. I remember folks talking about it. But yeah, I mean, in general, Emondra definitely probably caused more of the terror. I definitely will agree with you on that one. So here's the thing. You got, at the time, people said it was super hard. Okay? And then what happened was, so they cried about it, and then they came out with Yukon. Yukon wasn't much easier. Okay? So you got two pretty rough maps back to back. All right, and you got to think about the trucks that you're possessing too at those times, which is pretty much base game trucks, because Lake Cove and Emondra you didn't get much, right? So then you go to Yukon. The only truck you really can get there is a bot truck, which is the KRS Bandit. Didn't really give you that much help, right? So then after all that crying from, you know, season 1 and season 2, they made Wisconsin was a little bit more toned down. Black Badger Lake definitely had its issues in certain places. Greenwoods River had some tough places too, but as overall, it was a much better region for people to play. And then people started complaining that Wisconsin was too easy. So then, yeah, there you go. They put out a more, and then that's when people started really crying. I can tell you what I've heard. I can only speak to what I've heard. I remember the crying. All right, let's deliver this. Did they just give me this? They just gave me this. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna recover it and sell it. Maybe I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it for now. Most of your friends never made it out of Michigan. Dude, I still see people posting today about having trouble with Michigan. Like, that's the thing. Like, not all of us, you gotta understand, like, that's, people have trouble with the game still. I mean, it's okay. I don't know why that is coming up. I'm going to allow that message, but if I can ask you to not use profanity in the chat, if you could. Wait, did something else pop? Help the evacuees? No. Let me see what I can do. Going over here first. Help the evacuees? No. Hummer. Deliver the Hummer to the repair station. Where's the Hummer at? Over there. Okay. Repair. Deliver to the ranger's house. That might be something we do later. No, that's true. There are some. No worries, Atima. No worries. bringing down that huge trailer down the mountain was the final straw for one, buddy. Wait, which final straw? Wait, which one? Wait, what? Yes, I am. I'm going to deliver this cargo here, and then we're going to show it, Scorpy. Yeah, we're gonna talk. We're gonna have a little real talk here. It's gonna be a good learning session for all of us. Yeah. Oh, chap, which one are you talking about? No. Are you serious? Why is that wanting cargo? The first option should be fuel. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, honestly, the train missions was awesome. That was a sweet part, man. I enjoyed Wisconsin. I really did. I enjoyed Grainwoods River probably the most. You know, it was actually kind of a tough mission, is where you're collecting those. I don't know if they're like these little containers here that were in the river, like all around the center of the map. If you mess up there, that can be bad. The huge service trailer. Oh, is that the one where you bring it down through... Hold on, I can show you. I think you're talking about this, right? So basically the one from Drummond, right here, right? You pull this out, bring it down this way, through the gateway, and then from there, you bring it basically right through Smithville, and then you basically come down this mountain over here. Okay, so there's a couple ways you can do you could do this. I don't know who's done it this way, but I've brought it down through here and over this river. This is doable, but it's tough. You can get yourself in a very bad situation here. You really have to finesse this, because if you don't take turns wide and you don't track your back tires of your trailer correctly, you can get yourself into a really bad situation. And another thing is, there's stumps all over the place here to catch yourself up, so you kind of have to thread this down through. It's no joke. It's no joke. P12 crushed it. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I used the P12 with like the second engine on it, which isn't that powerful. And yeah, it crushed it. It was nice. I think we did that on this hard mode, actually. Your trailer was stuck in the water a couple times? Yeah, that's exactly what happens. It is a super shortcut, yeah, but it's also a liability. You think Wisconsin was the best rounded DLC? Variety, missions, good difficulty, interesting? Yeah, I think so too. Ugh, that's bad. Oh, I just busted myself. Yeah, you can just ride the asphalt road. But what's the fun in that, right? Use the A&K civilian. Nice. Skirt. I'm gonna have to repair myself. Nice. Brilliant, thank you. And do you check your bank balance? You're up. Dude, that's a big task payout. I don't have the A&K civilian. Okay, so now what we're going to do, guys, I am going to show you guys some stuff pertaining... Okay, I'm going to show you some stuff pertaining to a Reddit comment that we addressed a couple weeks ago about someone who was saying their thoughts on tires. And then someone came into the chat and kind of told me they don't agree with me. It's fine. They don't have to agree. And then I actually got a message from someone on that same thread saying that I should make a video showing the results of this. So that's what I did. It was very simple. This is what I'm going to do. Honestly, man, I think Michigan poses some problems. It can pose some problems for you. All right, so we are going to look at some stuff here. Let's go display capture. All right. Hope you guys can see this. Wisconsin is probably your favorite map if they shortened or changed up the paper mill part. Yeah. All right, guys, let me know if you guys can see this on screen. We're going to talk about this here. This is the ZHM tires. This is the ZHM tires versus the MHS. Okay. There was a Reddit post saying that the JAT MSH tires are better than the ZHM custom tires on the Zix 612. Okay, I disagree with this post, and I did some research. I don't say did some research. I did some testing with this a while back, and I actually deleted my old footage. So what I did was this morning, I recorded some footage here. This is a test strip. You can run this test multiple times, and the only variation you're probably going to see is within probably like maybe 0.2 to 0.5 of a second. And I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference here. Even if you ran this, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, the results of this are going to be very similar because these are controlled conditions. So just keep that in mind. But I'm going to play this video. It's going to show you the ZHM tires, and then it's also going to show you the MSH tires. Now, one thing I want you to note is these speeds here. You will see these speeds as they go through. So what I did was, before I play this video, I threw these both in high gear. Okay, so they're both in high gear. They're at maximum angular velocity right now for high gear. Because here's the thing, low gear is only like 3.0, and they don't slow down much. They're a little under 3.0, or actually a little over 3.0 angular velocity in high gear or low high. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to see how much variation I could get. So here's what it's going to be right here. Let's play this. So essentially I hit record as these two got to this start. I believe the actual MSH tires got a little bit farther. As you can see, the front end here, I don't think it's as far up as this. So I think this one started out a little bit ahead. So I probably should have started them out at a different angle, but still. So the MSH got a little bit of a head start. So here we go. Okay, so look at the angular velocity already. So I'm at 3.5 here. You're already dropping to 3.1. This is, the ZHMs are holding 3.3, 3.4. This is at 3.1, 3.0. Now, right here, I don't even need to let this draw out, because right now you can just immediately see that the ZHM tires are faster in wet mud like this. And you'll see I'll spin the camera because I want to see where the front bumper collides with the actual surface when I stop the camera, basically, or stop the feed. So let's just continue here. You can see holding 3.3, 3.2, and then this is holding 3.0, 3.4 now. And there you go. Once it hits the cement, I stop the video. That's actually around 3.0 seconds. So let me actually just show you here. I'll zoom in. 56 seconds for the ZHM, and then 59 seconds for the JAT MSH3. So in the strip that's this short, the JATs are losing by 3 seconds. This could change, this could vary, but not much. It's actually over 3 seconds. So this kind of puts to bed the JAT MSH tires being better than the ZHM custom tires, and saying that they have a nerf. There was no nerf to the tires. Just because they are not wider than the JAT MSH tires does not mean the JAT MSH tires are better. 3 seconds is quite a bit. If you go back to my JAT tire review, even the MSH2 tires were only winning by a maximum of like a second and a little bit more against the JAT MSH tire sets. Now this is a custom tire, and it's beating the JAT MSH tires by 3 seconds. So you can see 3 seconds is quite a bit. Now, if we extended this, doubled, it would be what, 6 seconds? And then you extend it farther. So, I mean, you can just span this out. So honestly, I'm going to say this. I believe if you're using the Zix 612, you absolutely should use its custom tires. So hopefully that helped, guys. And you learned something today on that. Let's get back to business here. Let me close this out. Let me make sure I actually close this program. And then we'll move on to our next item now that we have 44 people in. I'm going to just close Adobe. So just give me a second. Just every time I fire up Adobe, it just like wants to go crazy. So yeah, that's the what I edit video in is essentially that. Yo, Cal Farmer, welcome in. You're welcome, Scorby. I just wanted to thank you, Larpup. Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. It's quite substantial. I mean, if you go back to my Jet tire review and you look at the timings between the OG tires and the Jet tires, they are very, very small. Very small. So to win on a short strip but like that at 3 seconds, I think that's quite substantial. That's a very short strip too. Pretty much about the same length as what I used before. So, okay. Now guys. All right, so for everyone in chat, this now is going to be the time we're going to vote on what truck I'm going to buy. Okay? So here's the thing. Everyone that's in chat right now, I want you to post. I'm going to go back to the garage, okay? And I'm going to have you guys vote on the next truck that I'm going to buy. First, what I want you guys to do is type in the truck. You have options, yes. Type in the truck that you want me to buy. I will be scrolling through here, and when you type in something that I already have, I will tell you, and you can just type it again. The trucks that appear the most in chat, I will put into a poll, and then everyone will vote on them. So I have all these trucks here, and then the trucks you guys have seen. So go ahead and type in what truck you guys want me to purchase next, and then that's what we're going to do. I have the 681 Racer. Go ahead and do another vote. 612H, I have that one. I have the 612H as well, Victor. Mignate play like everyone else. Oh my goodness. The Kenworth W990. I don't have the Kenworth W990. Good vote. Loaf, I have the Loaf. Azov. Happy accidents. Okay, I can show you guys. Here, how about this? I'll show you guys what I don't have. So anything that has a check on it, I don't have the civilian. Yep, I don't have it. Anything that has a check, I'll just keep scrolling through this list. Anything that doesn't have a check, I do not have. So Freightliner 114SD, I don't believe I have that. It's a good pick. Nice, dude. Good stuff, Racer. So yeah, the ones I don't have. You get it free in Ontario? Really? Oh, that's right. That's right. Actually, Racer, pick another one since we get that one for free. M916A1, okay. The long sideboard bed. I believe you can get a 3 slaughter. International 9000, I have that one. Hell chat. Pick another Mac defense. I'm not there yet. I'm playing chronologically right now, so I don't have the Mac defense. You really want to give the Navistar a spin, the high range? Ooh, the 5319. Okay, okay. We only have one Voron, by the way. So, okay, so Mike said the W990. Racer said the 47X, the Voron AE. I have the Bandit. You vote Navistar? I got 2 votes for the Voron AE right now. Okay, so I think I have 2 votes for the civilian. Mike changed his for the Voron D. Thatcher T813, just okay, nice. Just a sleepy guy. Appreciate that vote, dude. Azov 5319. Oh, I think that's 2 votes for the 50. Oh, what's up? What's up, Justy? Thank you for that. Thank you for that chat, man. Stopping in. 49X, okay. I don't have the Voron D. The only one I have is the Voron Grad. I have both Tatras, or yeah, the ones you get for free. Change your vote to the 49X. Okay, so I have like a bunch of votes for the 49X. I have votes for the Voron D. Yeah, I have votes for the 49X, the Voron D, the Kenworth W990, the Azov 5319. And I think the Navistar. Did people vote for the Navistar too as well? Dang, no one voted for like the Brigadier. Okay, that's all right though. I think we had 1 vote for the Freightliner. I think no one voted for the Dairy Longhorn. Man, okay. All right, I'm going to put a poll in. All right, we're gonna put a poll in, and yeah, we're gonna do this. All right, new poll. All right, which truck to buy? All right, so we have, let me get this straight. We have the Western Star 49X, right? That's one. We have the Azov 5319. What else do we have on there that had multiple votes? I believe we had the Kenworth W990. What else did we have on there that was multiple votes? Let me actually go back and look here. We had Voron D, I think. Yeah, we had Voron D. Voron D 53233. There's a semi-serious vote. And the Voron AE. I only have 1 more space. Do you want me to add the Antarctic in there for you, W? You really want that? I feel like everyone's gonna... I'm not putting it in there, man. Everyone's gonna vote for that, and I'm gonna have to drive it. Do you guys think I should put... The Antarctic only had 1 vote, though. That's the thing. I know for a fact. 5319 with this high range step deck. Oh, you know what? We'll put the Navi. I'll put the Navistar in there then. How about that? 5000 MB. Okay, so what I'll do is, since there's going to be ads coming up in 2 minutes, what I will do, okay, check this out. I am going to put this on. The poll is going to be on for 5 minutes, okay? It's a 5-minute poll. I'm going to go to the bathroom here and let this ad go through so then we don't have ads after we come back. I have 54 viewers in the chat. I need everyone to vote. Your votes count. They matter. Here we go. What truck to buy? I need some votes, guys. I need some votes. You have 5 minutes. I am going to basically turn on ads because I'm going to actually go to the restroom. And then when we come back, we will, we'll address this. So I will be right back, guys. Okay, we are back. We are back. You have 2.5 minutes. Man, I forgot the A&K Civilian. I forgot the A&K Civilian. I wish there was 6. Whatever. Okay, so we have a lot of votes here. There's 54 people in chat. I'd like to see some votes. We have like another minute left here. What's a good North American semi-trailer? Basically a semi-trailer truck, 6x6. Oh man, there's a bunch. There's a bunch. Let's get it, chat. Let's go. Good one is here. The ANK is a good one. I think both cats are pretty good. This is actually an 8x8. This is actually a pretty good one here too as well. This one's okay. I wouldn't use a sideboard bed with it. I use a flat bed because the sideboard collides. This is actually pretty good. This is pretty good too. Not this one because of frame length. This one's pretty excellent. This one's good as well. There's actually something I want to talk about with this as well, pertaining to some other things. This one's pretty strong. This one can be strong. This one's crazy strong, just chugs fuel like it's a madman. This one's alright. I like the Western Stars. They're pretty good for low saddle. The white Western Star is actually really good too. Down sloping rear frame, pretty stable truck. This one's excellent. Super powerful. Let's see here. NA. That's it. All right, guys. Is it going to be a tire? The Kenworth W990. The Kenworth W990. Okay, let me ask you guys this. Should we just put in the Kenworth W990 and the 49X and let everyone vote on that? Or do you guys just want to roll the Kenny right now? Do you think it would be a different outcome for those who voted for different trucks? What do you guys think? Oh, I still didn't show it? Oh, great. Oh, well. Dude, stop it. Goalpost moving. It won. All right, I guess we're using the Kenworth then. Okay, so good 6x6. Going to be the A&K. I like both these cats. These are pretty good for semi trailers. Not the Kodiak. This is actually going to be pretty good. This is an 8x8. This is pretty good here. Don't use a sideboard trailer. This one's decent. This one's decent. No, because the trailer collision with the frame. This one's good. This one's good. This one's good too. This one actually can be pretty good. It's not a 6x6 though. This one's not a 6x6. This one's good. This one's good. I like all these Western Stars. They're going to be great. Okay, here we go. Kenworth, I guess. Kenworth it is. Kenworth it is. Okay, let's go. Prime. Do I roll high range with this thing? I don't think I do. I need diff lock. Yeah, I need switchable diff lock right now. Kenworth W990 tires. I might just leave these tires on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave the Kenworth. Has collision issues with the use of flatbed is the Freightliner M916A1. So if you use a sideboard trailer, a sideboard bed 5-slot, for some reason it collides. There's like a collision issue, but if you use a flatbed, it works because of the jackknifing. You were voting for BC's Kenny? What? So wait, should we? So the vote's scuffed. So do we vote again? Do I just sell this thing and vote again? That cost a lot. This was like 144,000. That was 144K. Visor, no. Roof rack. I'm definitely putting the roof rack on. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Factory parking lights. Get out of here, dude. What is that? It doesn't even look right. I like that flat cap. Chat voted to buy the Kenny, yes. Let's vote again until we get the Antarctic. You guys are nuts, man. Dude, I don't know why I like this. I like that desert camo. No, it doesn't have the buff. It doesn't have the buff yet, no. Okay, hold on a second here. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, this is pre-buffed Kenny. Okay, just keep that in mind. This is not... Wow, this has it too. Okay, so I need to go pick up this... I got an idea. Wait. Ooh. Let me go visit this camp real quick. And then we'll jump in the Kenny. Where's this at? Where's the GMC? All right, get this off me. Yeah, let's go check this out real quick. It definitely was an expensive truck. All right, so let me ask you guys this: why the Kenworth W990? For those who voted, why? Let me ask you. I want to know. I'm fine with playing it. I just want to know. Was it just because you guys want to see it played, or you just want to troll me? I think it's the latter. You want to see an all-wheel drive truck with great tires, great power? The only problem is it has great power. It doesn't have great tires right now. This is it's in its pre-buffed version. But you know what the crazy thing is? You guys really set yourselves up for this, because when season 12 comes out, I'm gonna have a really nice Kenny. It's gonna be nice and buffed, and then you guys are gonna be like, "Stop using the Kenny." Yeah, because that was on the test map. That was the patch version. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. No accidents. Very good. Okay, what is this? What is this? Oh wait. You know what? I'm gonna leave this here because I can actually rescue this truck with this. Okay, I'll leave this here. Let's get back in the Kenny. You would like to see it played in Ontario? Okay. Pretty strong truck for trolling. It would just sit in the garage until season 12, problem solved. Alright, here's what we're gonna do with this. I got an idea. I got a little task for it. These cargo containers are over here. I'm gonna grab this trailer and then we'll get going. You didn't want the 49X to win? Man, look at this. Pre-buffed. Wow, dude. This thing is already wanting to, like, spin out. Yikes, dude. Already wanting to tip over, too. Getting metal rolls? Wait a second, iTemo. Wait, why are you getting metal rolls? Wait a second here. Did you do warehouse troubles? Man, I would have loved Racer to have the 114 SD. But, dude, you guys, everyone was voting differently. everyone was like changing their votes. It was hard to track. Okay. Itima, here's what you do. Here's what you do. If you go back and watch my hard mode, you don't need to go up here to the steel mill. Basically, there's a task called, I think it's called, what's it called? Something troubles. What's it called? Warehouse troubles? There is a trailer here. Yo, just a sleepy guy. Thank you for that prime sub, man. Much appreciated. Thank you for that. There's a trailer up here called for a task called warehouse troubles. You take this thing, bring it all the way back around here. You have to bring it because this is not fixed, right? Unless you have this fixed. Bring it back up through here, down on this ice, over, across this ice, over here, across this ice, up through here to this warehouse. This will unlock both of these warehouses, or one of these warehouses, where you can get 10 metal beams. After you get these metal beams, you can use all those metal beams to craft pretty much most of these bridges. Problem solved. Going up here to do this stuff, yeah, I don't think I would do that. I would say take a truck that can handle super conditions, go back and get this trailer. If you want to, Itima, what I would do is just go on my YouTube channel and search for that my Amore playthrough on my Twitch replays, and you'll come across where I do that. And yeah, it's pretty early because that's what I do, but I think that is the best route to take, because then you're not just going up there. I refused. I think I went up there maybe one time to do all that jazz, but I think it'll help you a lot. Actually, I like the engine sound. This engine sounds pretty good, right? I can say this though. The buffs to its center of gravity, you can tell from playing this version to the PTS. You can tell. It's very apparent. Alright, got a sideline my man here. Per the rules. Yeah, why do I let you guys choose things? let's give him a park here at Storage 1, you know? By the way, this drop axle stinks. I don't know if I'll be able to get out here. Actually, I can. I'm good. Step looking like a child's toy. Okay, these are in the river here. Where did these go? Oh, they come all the way back? This is interesting. So, because of that, I'm actually going to like come up this way. Yeah, we'll just come around. Yeah, we'll just come around. And then hit it this way. You never knew this truck was in the game? When was it added? It was recently added. It's the most recent truck added to the game. Yo, what's up, Whitefield? No worries, man. I appreciate you stopping in. You're seeing it for the first time? Really? Wait, Jigsaw, you don't follow the channel? I've done 2 videos on this thing so far, actually. The initial review and then its PTS changes. Wait, and you haven't been here when I've taken it in the PTS with its changes? I feel like I've done that like 3 or 4 times on stream. Could have went down that way to the left there, but I want to swing around to the backside and then cut through so I can just kind of come back through. Ortega's engine. Yeah, it does have a pretty cool engine sound, right? Only the ones you find topic of interest? Wait, but you've been on stream and I've tested this. I've shown this on stream. I'm almost positive you were in there. I think at least 3 or 4 times. Wasn't interesting enough? Gosh, so much for finishing Season 9 before Season 12 comes out, right? So much for that. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, and yikes. Dude, I'm taking a picture of this one. I like it, but I gotta do something first. What's the best way to recover the plane parts? Ooh, it's a good question. The best way to recover them. The best way to recover those, honestly, is to just take a crane, bring them down to the airport, have a truck with a high saddle, just sit there with the Kenworth, hold on a second, W990. Take a truck that has a high saddle and just place it at the airport, attached to the wide flatbed, and then you just basically have the crane parts winched to the crane. Take the winch parts that are attached to the crane down to the site, put it on the trailer, pack it, and then go. That's what you could do. That's called cheesing it. Other than that, I can kind of like walk you through what I would do. Let me put this on here and I'll kind of walk you through what I mean by that. Visual always helps. pack. Okay, as you guys remember, we have to push this back because it will not pack if I put another piece of cargo on here. Okay, I'll talk you through this. Cola, Imandra. Okay, so the plane parts are essentially here, in this area here, and then the other one is over here. Down here, you can see there's a wide flatbed semi-trailer already at this place. If you want to, you can get a truck and bring this all the way up here and stage it. Okay, you could do that. And put it and pack it on, and then literally take it down through here and then over, okay? However, you can get caught up on a lot of things. Okay, let's just be real. I would try doing that and not cheesing the game first, but if you just straight up want to cheese it, which I don't really recommend, I don't think it's a very good experience, especially for your first time, you could take a large crane, come down here, grab this part with the crane, winch it, pick it up, hold it with your winch, drive that thing all the way back to a truck attached to this, place it down here, pack it, turn it in. Take your crane truck, drive it all the way back up here, grab this next one, all the way back, place it, pack it, turn it in. Or you basically can just do what I just said, or just use the trailer, take it up there, place it, drive it down. Yo, Nietzsche, thank you for that follow, welcome in. So yeah, you could do that. Those are a couple things to do. I've done both. I've done both. I think I've done this like 3 times, to be honest. But yeah, those are some ways to do it. I don't know if that's really how you want to do it, but those are some ways. All right, let's roll. Yes, sir. Hopefully that helps, but I mean, if you want to take the trailer, I can show you a pretty good route to take as well that will negate, I wouldn't say totally mitigate catching things, but I think it'll reduce the chances of you catching onto trees and stuff like that, because the plane it hangs off. It's rather big. Let's see if I can get through here without anything. Maybe not. That's why this thing needs tires. Yeah. The wide hookups, yeah. This is not the tire pack. This is not the tire pack now. I do have the tire pack, and I do have a review on the tire pack as well. If you'd like to check that out, it's going to be on my YouTube channel. This is the Kenworth W990, and these are its custom tires. Well, pre-buffed, because these are going to be buffed in season 12, but they're not buffed right now, as you can see, or I'd be flying through this. Ooh, that's tough, Daniels. That's tough. That sounds rough. Yes, it gets always on diff lock. Always on diff lock. Tire codes increases. Center of gravity gets lowered. So, pretty good buffs. There's going to be some pretty good buffs to this truck. And, if you guys want to see it, after this mission, we can take a quick 2 minutes and go check it out. We can put that to a vote as well. I am open to showing y'all the buffs. Oh no, let's just relax here. Ooh, I thought I was on the tip there. Is there anyone that wants to see the Kenworth in its buffed state? Let me ask you that. Whoa! Dang. Wow. That's something. Do the wing parts fit in the sideboard semi? They absolutely do not. You need a high saddle, wide flatbed. W, you want to see it? Racer, you want to see it? Okay, whenever I turn these in, I'll jump over to the PTS and we'll check it out for a little bit. We'll do a little bit of driving around. Wait, there are? I thought the wing does not fit on a sideboard semi. Wait, are you serious, W? So the plain wing can actually fit in it? Ah, okay, that's news to me. I thought they both needed a wide flatbed. Nice. You're the best. Thank you from all of us. All right. Cool. All right. Here comes the PTS. Let's go this. And then I will fire up the PTS server. Yeah, it just doesn't stop. Yeah, the Mastodon is nuts, man. It's quite incredible. Man, the cloud sync thing drives me nuts. All right, come on. Here we go. All right, here's the PTS. Let's go continue. That's true. It's really not that crazy if you've used the other Zix as well. But I don't think he has the other Zix because he hasn't unlocked it. Honestly, throwing them in unpacked is a good way to. But I mean, if they can pack. All right, cool. So speaking of the Kenworth W990, as you guys can see, it has always on diff. Okay. So what I'll do is we can go over to, let's say, what's a good map to just straight up run? It's a good map that just has crazy trails. Not Crossroads. Let's just go to Black River. Okay, let's just go to Black River real quick. I got the high range gearbox on. We'll put something on this truck. Go like this. I'll go saddle low. Custom tires, prime engine, 228,000 torque. Let's roll. you're an Xbox player also. Okay, here we go. Put this on here. Let's roll it out. Always on diff. Oh my goodness, dude. I had to actually slow off. I had to slow up there. I'm probably going to slow down quite substantially here, though. Yo, what's up, Dirty Secret? Welcome in. You've been playing for a while. Can you go back to the old missions? Like if I want to tow the train again? No, you cannot. That's the only thing you cannot. Well, yeah, that does make things harder with crashes using Xbox, yeah. Oh, I probably should have took it out of low. Yeah, you can only use the PTS on Epic Games. All right, what's going on? Why am I stuck? Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Okay, this is actually where it's going to slow down a lot here. Man, the Michigan music is the best. No, this isn't Ontario. This is the PTS. This is the buffed Kenworth. As you can see, has always on diff lock. Yo, what's up, SD1? Welcome in. I'm just sitting here on the PTS, my man. Hey, did your... Wait a second. I can't say anything yet, but what's going on, man? Good to see ya. If you guys have not been over to SD1's channel, you need to go over there. On YouTube, by the way. Oh, nice. So it is. I almost think I could watch that on stream, but I would have to pause. Because if not, I would get a copyright strike. Yeah, as you can see, the buffed Kenworth isn't that bad. Not that bad. I think I need more weight to my axles, though. Do you guys want to watch SD1's new video on stream? Only. I appreciate that. All right. Yeah, I'll just recover this. So basically, you can see the W990 is pretty good. It's decent with its changes. Okay, let's recover this. Okay, I'm actually gonna let me fire back up the other video, and then yeah, yo, Anomics, welcome in. We're gonna watch SD1's video here on stream. I'm gonna fire back up my regular version of SnowRunner, and then we'll pull up his video, and we'll watch it because why not, right? Good friend of mine, good friend of the channel, and basically the best SnowRunner content creator there is in the game. So why not, you know? Regular version? What are you talking about? Yeah, the regular, because I was just on the PTX or the PTS. right there, I was using the Kenworth to show its buffs a little bit because it got buff tires, stuff like that. Oh man, I appreciate that, but I don't think I can top. I'd never be able to do what you do. All right, guys, here is SD1's video. I'm going to pop it up here, and then I'm going to let the ads go through. Okay, cool. Let's do this. Let's go. Let me make sure we're on here. All right, guys, let's check out his video. All right, guys, good friend of the channel and SnowRunner legend content creator SD1 has a full 4K gameplay analysis, new maps, new vehicles, and everything you should know about expeditions. He has a lot of really good stuff in this video that he's privileged to, so let's check this out. We'll pause it so YouTube doesn't ever hit me with a strike, but yo, Jellybean, thank you so much for that gifted tier 1 sub to SD1. Okay, so
I played Expeditions Preview for last couple of days, and here are the things that you should know. Graphics. Graphics looks improved from SnowRunner, and even in this beta state game is running stable, at least on my PC. Physics changes. Terrain difficulty feels relaxed than before. Rock grip in particular is significantly improved from SnowRunner. Same trucks from SnowRunner now feels different to drive, even with same tires and setup. Revamped HUD. All core gameplay features like all-wheel drive, diff lock, etc. looks.
Oh, by the way, yes, this is an AI generated voiceover. I kind of like how everything's kind of changed up here. Like you see gauges, stuff like that. Yeah, it's definitely different. You can tell that there's a lot of flexation in these frames
Same
too.
as SnowRunner, but there are improvements in repair and refuel mechanics.
Oh wow, that's cool.
The main difference is that quick menu from SnowRunner is gone now, and all its functions are replaced by new UI system, which we'll discuss next. Wheel selector. A wheel selector can have up to 6 devices, out of which 4 are pre-installed on all vehicles, while remaining 2 devices can be installed on.
Is that a compass in the upper right corner? I don't know. I'm not sure. SD1, is that a compass in the upper right hand corner? Let's see here.
Selective vehicles. Winch. Mostly it's similar to SnowRunner, but this time the winch cable can be loosened as well, which makes some interesting gameplay scenarios. More on that later.
Pull push, nice, okay. That's right, because you can rappel down things.
Drone. It can be used anytime to look around your surroundings to find a suitable route within a limited range. It can also be used in scanning missions. Binoculars. These can be used to find and tag missions, upgrades, climbs, airdrops, etc. And you'll get bonus money for discovering them.
Oh, I see, okay.
Echo sounder. It is mainly used to check the depth of water. It also has an alternative.
Hey guys, we could have used this yesterday on stream, right? The little depth finder. Could you imagine? Oh man. There's the compass with the drone. Yeah, there is airdrops. Yes, that is true.
Alternative scan mode for missions to scan underwater objects. Metal detector. Now, unlike previous 4 devices, this one is not pre-installed, and it also can't be installed on all vehicles. It helps you find resources like anchors, jack screws, etc. around you. Radar. This one is an installable frame module, thus only installable on trucks. It works same as radar trailer of SnowRunner. Unfortunately, I can't show its gameplay.
I think the gameplay physics, from what I've understood, are pretty similar. Pretty similar. I think there are changes, like SD1 said, with the tire grips and stuff like that. There have been changes with tire grip properties as well.
Inventory.
I believe.
Different vehicles have different inventory space. For example, Scouts have less inventory slots than trucks. All inventory items can either be bought or can be found in airdrops, resource zones, etc. on maps. Inventory items can only be traded within these zones.
Ah, I see.
Anchor. It is basically a mobile winch point that you can deploy nearby. It can be used in interesting ways, like rappelling down a cliff, thanks to winch being loosened and tightened. There are both removable and non-removable anchors.
I gotta stop to say what's up to my boy Storm of Iron. What's up, man? Welcome in, Storm. Yeah, we're definitely gonna play this out. So yeah, SD1 came by and stopped by here in the chat, and good friend of ours, good friend of the channel, good friend of mine. He's got exclusive, I would say, gameplay to show us. Which yeah, here's his video. If you want to go check it out for yourself, please go check it out. But yeah, this looks really awesome. Some of these things. The rappel feature looks wild. I believe this is Arizona as well.
Jack screws. If your vehicle is flipped, it can put it back on its wheels. Once used, it can't be returned to your inventory. Also, you only can carry limited number of these jack screws with you.
Oh, I see. Okay. So there is no autonomous
Other
winch.
inventory items. These items can only be used in missions. These are installable items that you need to install on a certain location. Again, I can't show gameplay, but you can read their description on screen. Items to pick up. You can pick up mission-related items and store them in your inventory, so that you can deliver them to destination accordingly to the objective.
Okay.
Garage. Garage layout is similar to SnowRunner, but there's one major difference here. You can't access Garage in game maps this time. You can only access it before starting a mission. More on that later. Tires. There's some new tires, but most of them are from SnowRunner. However, they do feel different to drive, maybe because of different coating.
Yep.
Truck mods and upgrades can be founded and unlocked during missions similar to SnowRunner. One huge difference from SnowRunner is absence
That's crazy.
of any kind of trailers and semi-trailers. Tire pressure.
So there's no trailers basically in this game. Oh, here's the tire pressure as well. Here's something we all kind of, I've heard people, well, not maybe all, but I've heard a lot of people wanting tire pressure. So let's check this out.
System. Tires can be inflated or deflated anytime. Deflating the tires increases their grip, which makes vehicles climb better or move faster in muddy areas, but it does increase fuel consumption, and it also damages the tires if drive them longer with low tire pressure.
Right. Makes sense. Makes sense. No. We'll just wait.
Mods. Bumpers, fenders, cages, they all now provide extra crash protection according to their description.
Wow.
Utility racks. Racks can now be installed on not only roof, but on bumpers and sides as well. You can also fill these racks with amount of fuel or repair modules that you want to take with you.
Dude, that's awesome. So it's kind of like customizable, I guess.
Frame modules.
There's my boy. There is the Step 310 Echo. Let's go. Let's go.
Frame modules are modular in nature. They're one slot, two slots.
Storm, shut up and take my money. You guys need to go check out Storm's channel, by the way. This guy's channel is awesome.
Three slot modules that can be installed in various combinations depending on a truck's frame length. I can't show them all here, but there are basically 6 types of frame modules, which are as follows. Flatbed. It acts as a platform to install other modules, like sideboard, radar, etc.
That's sweet.
It comes in various sizes and combination to make accommodation for different modules combos. Sideboard.
I believe this is like Arizona, Grand Canyon. So
it can be either 1 or 2 slot and can be used to carry fuel, repair, or cargo.
That's nice.
Radar. It's a 1 slot frame module, which works same as...
The Step has the Tega tires now. Dude, that's crazy. Can I link this video? Yes, I can link this video. Let me actually link it for you. I will, 1 second. Link. Boom, there it is.
Prototype radar trailer as mentioned earlier. Fuel tank and Kung module. They're dedicated refuel and repair modules. These two can be either 1 or 2 slot depending on truck frame length.
Okay.
Seismic vibrator. It's a 2-slot module that doesn't require flatbed to install, and it works same as SnowRunner. Maps and regions. Currently, there are 3 regions in game. These are Little Colorado, Arizona,
Yup.
and Carpathians.
Dang.
Little Colorado is just a tutorial region with just 1 map. Arizona and Carpathians are both full regions with 4 maps each. So in total, we've 9 maps in base game.
Yo, Coco Nino? Dude, I literally lived by Coco Nino Forest up in Arizona. This is gonna be crazy. Yo, Slane, thank you for that follow. We're watching good friend of mine, SD1's video on, the new Expeditions game. He had exclusive access to it. So yeah, we're just checking this out.
You have to unlock these maps one by one by completing expedition mission.
From what I understand, Dirty, SD1 can probably answer this better, but to my understanding, I believe they do. And they have better grip on rocks as well.
Expedition missions. These are main missions which are not accessible on maps themselves, but a separate mission select screen. These missions are also sequential in
Nice. The Carpathians are in your country too? Sweet, dude. Nice, Victor.
nature, means they're not available all at once. Before starting expeditions, you have to pay some upfront cost, as well as buy the required gear like anchors, jack screws, etc. In case if you fail an expedition, then all this money you spend won't be refunded, and you have to start all over again.
Ooh.
Team members. Team is a new addition to game. There are 6 categories of experts that you can hire from. All these people have their unique perks like less damage, more binoculars range, etc. You can also unlock more team members by completing expeditions. Vehicle selection. You can only select and spawn up to 4 trucks on a map at a time. The trucks and add-ons you select before starting a missions can't be changed mid-mission, as there's no garage on maps this time. Base camps. These are basically your spawn points where you can deploy your trucks. These camps provide...
So SD, the maps, are they smaller? They're not like the 4x4s? Like 4 kilometers by 4 kilometers? So they're basically... they're smaller, essentially. Is that what you're saying? That's... I mean,
you with fuel,
there's probably
repair,
a lot to do
etc.
still.
You can also build various building modules by spending some money.
What?
Each map has multiple base camps, which can be unlocked through expeditions. You can also recover your vehicles to base camp at some cost, as recovery is not free anymore. Free roam. Every map has a free roam option. This mode only unlocks after you complete a certain number of expedition missions. You don't have to pay upfront cost to start free roam. You can freely explore map and complete any available tasks and contracts. Keep in mind that you can...
Look at that Tatra backbone, though. This is how this should look, actually. In game, you don't see this camber. Is the biggest size even an SR? Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
Only use maximum 4 trucks
Okay, so
on a map,
it's a very
even for
large
free
map
mode.
then, basically.
Contracts and tasks. They work similar to SnowRunner, but objectives of these missions are different from SnowRunner. Here they're more exploration-based. Unlocking trucks. New trucks can be unlocked through their respective rescue missions. Once unlocked, they're available to buy in truck store and usable only in next missions. Confirmed vehicles. So far, I find evidence of 17 different vehicles, both including base game and DLC vehicles. Keep in mind that I am not counting DLC variants of same vehicles. There are 4 vehicles classes this time, as highway and heavy...
9 scouts, 2 DLC, 7 off-road trucks, including 1 DLC hinted in the files. Yeah, I think I saw something like that. 1 truck in this class. Oh, there's a heavy. Oh, that's right. It's a Tatra Force, I believe, is the one, unless they put it in the off-road. Currently no highway.
Heavy-duty class are merged together, and now it's called on-highway class. Currently, this class has no vehicle available. Here is a list of confirmed vehicles with their respective vehicle class.
The loaf. Lodestar, let's go. Collie Pug, yeah. I've seen that too.
Some of these
Marshall,
vehicles are locked
Scout,
as I don't
let's
have
go.
access to full game, but their traces can be found in game
Canyon,
files.
Thatcher 805, Garrus Bandit, Action, the Warthog.
Keep in mind that this information is
New
based on my limited access to
There you go,
game,
Step
and
Baby.
things might change in final release.
You see this? Do you see this? I'm going to show y'all a little something. Where's the step?
Based on my
There we go. The step with some Tega tires. And actually, these are really good in this game too.
limited access to game, and things might change in final release.
I seen the A&K, or I see the Croc too, yeah. Dude, amazing. Man, SD, amazing job, man. Very, very nice. That was awesome. That was awesome, guys. That is a exclusive showing of the new game Expeditions that comes out here in March. So yeah, we pre-purchased it and we are definitely going to play it. So if you guys want to see that video without stopping, head over to SD1's channel on YouTube and yeah, check it out. I think you'll have a good time watching that over. Sorry I had to pause there because I just wanted to answer questions in chat and just chat with SD as we watch that. So sweet. Let's get back to running here. Man, that was cool. Thank you, SD, for allowing me to play that on stream, by the way. And not copyright striking me when it hits YouTube. Hopefully it doesn't, because I paused and interjected. That's kind of why I was pausing too, so it doesn't actually proc that. Let's get back into hard mode. Honestly, I can say from like watching it, from like first impressions, it looks like it plays very much similar to the SR. I think it's on the same engine, right? Because they're not going to create a whole new engine for it. It would have took a lot more time, and I think you would have noticed it was on a different engine. So it's not. I think some of the mechanics of like the menuing and how things kind of flow with like interacting with things, my head's kind of spinning. I don't know if you guys felt the same. It just seems like a lot right now. But I think that's kind of how SR felt, right, when you first start. So it's probably just something to get used to. I appreciate that, SD. I really do. Thank you so much, man. You'd love to have a small demo play on Steam before it releases? Yeah, that does sound cool, but I don't think they're going to allow that. Taking from the junkie. Did that just spawn? Hold on. Did that just spawn? It did. Yeah, I think it does. It does seem a little bit overwhelming at first. I think just because it's new, right? Okay, let's figure out what we're gonna do here. Floating detectors. I could go get this stuff. Probably not with this truck because I don't think I'm gonna get down in there. No, not yet. I can do this one, I guess. Beams and metal rolls. Small pipes. Let me see if there's anything here. One beam, one metal roll, one small pipe. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Go hit up that thing there, and then we'll rush back over to here. And drop off this boom. Game player is different though. Okay, that's good. But yeah, I'm sure it's going to take me a while to kind of figure out all those things. SD, how much time did you like spend just trying to figure out what all those things meant? Did it kind of take like, I guess what I'm saying is compared to like how long it took to like figure out like the menuing and like interacting with things in your environment in SnowRunner. How long did it take? If you compare both of those, how long do you think it take? Probably like similar, just because it's a rather new thing. I can take the 8 gold. Yeah, I'm probably going to try, actually. I might try with the gold, actually, Jelly Bean. But I'm going to do the tasks first. I think that one's part of a contract, right? Nice, you fixed the bridges? Absolutely, dude. I think that's the best move in a more, just to fix those bridges, and then you have a good way to get places. I also have a map guide for that map too as well, if you want to check it out. Okay, so we need 1 beam, 1 roll, 1 pipe. Perfect 5 slots. Let's roll out. Yeah, I'll probably be switching between both as well, I think. We'll play it on stream. You're slow, so maybe more than average person. I'm probably gonna take a while too as well, I think. I guarantee it'll take me a while to figure out. Whoa! So for SR, it was familiar. Oh, similar to MR. Okay. What OHDs are the best? OHD ones. OHD 1. You always play with the OHD2s. Those are still good, but definitely the ones. I think for everything else, it's pretty much the 2 variant. I think for everything else, like UHDs, like highway tires are going to be number 2. All terrain's pretty much number 2. Unless you're using the ATHS, I think is different. Yeah, actually, I have 3 videos on tires, actually. Even reviewing the new jets. These are the standard Kenny tires right now. This is pre-buffed. These will be updated, or the Kenny with its buffs will be updated here on PT, or not, or when season 12 drops. With Expedition, it's a very different UI. The quick menu is gone. Yeah, that is kind of like the staple. It's gonna feel very weird to play and not have that quick menu. So that's gonna be. We'll see. Probably take some time getting used to it. Is the Kenny better than the Cat CT681? Well, they're 2 different trucks, to be honest. They're 2 different classes, but I would say no. I would say no. The Kenny, the thing is, like, the drop axle in the Kenny doesn't flex really that much. So if you deploy it and you plan on going over obstacles with it, you're just going to high center yourself. So, and then another thing is, like, yeah, if you high center yourself, you have no drive axle in the front, so it kind of makes it even worse. The Cats and even other drop axles, they kind of flex, right? Which is a good thing. You want your drop axle to kind of flex so it doesn't just hang you up. How long did it take me to memorize all the stats? Dude, honestly, I don't know. I'm weird. I'm very weird like that. Tires and engines? I'm not sure. It's just from, honestly, it's just from, I've literally spent from 2020 till now playing pretty much SnowRunner exclusively, and then 2021 making SnowRunner videos. So like, I don't think you really need to memorize them because there's charts out there to tell you to reference them. It's just I do because, yeah, I mean, I make videos and stuff like that, so I'm looking at them all the time, so it just kind of like goes to memory. But I mean, I think like in recent memory, I've definitely, I don't remember a lot of different things as much as I used to. You know what I wish I could remember a little bit better is map names. Like I talked about this I think the other day. I'm gonna try to start like memorizing the map names, because I think like with the year 3 maps, I definitely like have not been paying attention to like their names that much, and I probably should, especially when I'm referencing something. All right, that wasn't bad. All right, so anybody that's stopping in right now, if you're wondering why we're using the Kenworth W990, it's because chat voted on it. Everybody in chat voted to use this truck. Wow. Okay, that could have been bad. That could be bad right there, but we got through it. Yeah, W didn't vote for it though. Would I take the W990 to a more? I probably would not. I probably would not. I mean, there's some parts in there you could probably use it, but I think, yeah, I think those places are probably gonna be a little bit more few and far between. You take the buffed W990 over the Cat CT681? I don't think I would, honestly. Here's the better question. So like, if you compare it, would you take the P512PF over the CT681? You were the guy that voted for the 5319. I appreciate that, man. I was looking forward to playing that. Just tossing it in high gear and just rolling, you know what I'm saying? So like, that's the thing, the Kenworth, the new Kenworth with the buffs is going to be very similar to the P512. So I mean, if you take the P512 over the CT681, then yeah, I think it's justifiable. Guys, we have ourselves. I feel like it's going to be way faster. I don't know. I mean, we could see. Water station, even though I don't even need any water here because it's just a boon. Okay, let's see. What else can I do over here? Water boom 2. What's this? Bad trip. No. Garbage? Oh, garbage is back here. Oh, I need gas though. Does the drop axle have any good uses? Honestly, man, I hardly ever use them. You will rarely ever see me use a drop axle. But it does have uses. I've been able to bump myself up over things with that. Yo, Soul, thank you for that follow. Welcome in. Making yourself a little bit more stable because you have more ground or relieving ground pressure as well. You can do it that way. But other than that, man, I really don't use it as much. You really will hardly ever see me use a drop axle on any truck. I'd rather have drive axles pressing into the surface for grip. Okay, let's see here. Boom 3. Boom 3. I want to try to get boom 2, but the garbage does look like a good one. I kind of want to do this one. So I need to come back though. I need to come back. And then I need to get gas actually too. Okay. I'll go this way though. But well, I'm not going to go down through here. I'll take the long way. I think it's different with a different truck, but I'll take this way. Wait, where's the garbage? Okay, it's here. Oh, maybe I do have to come down through here. Oh, yep, I do. Give me a second. Backtrack, backtrack. We actually do have to go back this way. But I need to get gas. Yo, Anomics, thank you so much for that tier 1 sub. Much appreciated, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, I need to get gas. So I'm gonna have to come back for this. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the garage and get a fuel truck out. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm not gonna drive over this. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Don't bust my tires, please, please, please. Thank you. I don't need that right now in my life. Best logging truck? American? Oh, dude. The best logging truck? Dude, probably... Can I pull this out? Right now, probably the Kenworth 963. Because you really can't count the Aeromatsu Forester. Wait, is the Aeromatsu Forester considered an RU truck? No, actually the Aeromatsu Forester is considered... what is that? What is it based off of? I think it's based off like the John Deere, isn't it? I don't think I would go Dairy Special. I think Dairy Special is a little bit too subject to balance to put logs on it. It's a John Deere. Okay, I'm gonna say that yeah. So since the Aeromatsu Forester is essentially a North American truck, I'm gonna say the Aeromatsu Forester. Slow, steady. It's just a very stable platform. There's really not many worries with it. Other than that, you can use, yeah, for long logs, P512PF is nice. It doesn't have all-wheel drive though, so keep that in consideration. The Kenworth 963 pretty much is one of the stronger. I would even say, man, I'm pretty sure the Mac Defense can use or can tow long logs, I believe. That one's pretty strong too. Yeah, the Aeromatsu is just a specialist in logs. That's literally its specialty. But he's talking about North American. He's talking about American trucks, okay? Yes, the Dan is very good, and so is the 73210. But yeah, for NA, like North American, there are others. There are others, but I can tell you that logging with an Aeromatsu Forester is just, it's kind of easy mode. It kind of is. Or like a P16. Honestly, even a P16, a P12, still good. The 963 for logs seems too big. And yeah, well, it's very big. It is very big. The short frame Western Star, so you mean the 1424? That is a good one too. Actually, the 1430 is pretty good too. P16 is probably going to feel the most natural, just because that's what it really does in real life, right? If you can get over not having all-wheel drive, it's pretty strong. It's not going to just rip through things, but for the vibes, yes, absolutely. It's like, yeah. If you watch the P16 in real life, and then you do the same thing in SnowRunner, it kind of feels good. Wait a second. You know what I probably should do? Dude. Wait, I'm backing up here. I'm backing up. I'm gonna get this trash first. Yeah, I think I get this trash first, and then... Yeah, let's get the trash first, and then we'll go get gas. Oh my. Oh my. I can't even turn. I can't even jackknife this. All right, SD1, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for stopping in. Thank you for allowing me to watch your video. It has been awesome to have you, man. Thank you so much. Much appreciated, dude. Get some sleep. Great video, by the way. Any tips for new players? Yes, I have some tips for you. This is probably going to be the most important tips I can give you. I could probably sit here and lecture for 15 minutes on tips, but I can tell you this right here is probably going to help you in so many ways with navigating through mud. There's other videos like this on my channel for truck reviews and stuff like that, but I think understanding that you don't need the best tires to actually navigate through all this stuff. It's kind of empowering. I guarantee if you can grasp the concepts, what is taught in that video, you're gonna look at SnowRunner in a little bit different of a light. But yeah, also, I mean, my whole channel is dedicated for new players and players that just want to maybe learn something new. I appreciate that, Joe. I'm glad you found some use for them. But yeah, I would say don't let the game stress you out is a big one. Take it easy, take it slow. Nothing's a race. It's just basically if you can get to the location and drop your stuff off, you're doing a pretty good job. Also, I would say I'd recommend do not listen to folks telling you to go get the best trucks in the game. I don't think you need them, and I think you will do yourself a disservice. But you'll definitely find really good trucks to use, and I'm not saying not to use them. I'm just saying that some of them can kind of ruin the game, because the game is supposed to have some challenge, but some trucks just ignore a lot of what should be a challenge in the game, and yeah. Okay, let's go back. Ah, wait a second. I need to actually jackknife this a different way. Yeah, this way now. Absolutely. That's a good tip there, Dirty. That's a dirty little secret right there, right? The Fleet Star is very capable. It is very capable, which is why, like, that's actually my first ever SnowRunner truck review, and the title is it an endgame vehicle? And the thing is, like, it can be. I think people can still use the Fleet Star very late in the game. It's still very capable. Finesse. You need some finesse. Capable, though. The Fleets is the Step 310 Echo is kind of like the Fleet Star. Kind of, yeah. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like the truck everybody kind of glances over, right? Yeah, that's a good tip. I don't know if that's like a newcomer. newcomer stuff. I'd say after you get a grip on things you can do, I think that's overpacking like that is definitely a good thing. Go ahead, brother. I appreciate it. Hopefully it helps you. If you have any questions, please, man. There's no dumb questions. I've probably asked the dumbest of the questions of anybody, so I'm happy. We are happy to help. If I don't have an answer, I guarantee someone in here does. Okay, so I need to get gas first, and then we'll do this trash. I'll activate the mission. All right, so what do you guys think? You guys like that I'm using the Kenworth here? Is this what we want to do? Yeah, I'd say that too. W has a very good point. You will never see me use anything but a semi-trailer. Now, there's some trucks that you should not use them though. There's some that just don't work, but for the most part, if you can, I would say yeah, use them. I think it's a good idea. It's another tanker. Do I have a different tanker? Yeah, semi-trailer is so easy to back up as well. That's a good point. Very good point there. You know what? Actually, I'll get the fleet. I mean the Western Star out. So I switched him up to be a fuel tanker this time because we used him a lot last season. So I'm going to use him kind of as such. He's pretty stable too. Let's park this here. Okay, let's activate this mission. What's it called? Junk? It is a wide boy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Once you get the Western Star, it's like it changes the game. I kind of wish so too. Storm, I wish that as well. Okay, let's see here. Dang, this thing has a big fuel tank, man. Okay, so let's see here. I don't like cutting through. I don't want to cut through here, but I think the fastest route is cutting through. So yeah, we're gonna do it. Or I could just go back up through here. I don't know, dude. I kind of want to go. I kind of want to just try to fast track this. Yeah, I think I'm going to go up top. I don't really want to go down through that stuff. And I think this is a faster route. You want me to do it for the challenge? Okay, we'll do it for the challenge. This is what everyone wants to see. Booyah. All right, let's go. What is the best way to pull a heavy semi-trailer to the lake in a Mondra? Okay, let me see if I can answer this here. In a Mondra. Okay. Wait, where from? From this lake here? Because there's multiple lakes. Are you meaning from here to here? Probably from the airport. Okay, so if you're coming from the airport, I'll just say it both ways, okay? So if you're coming from the airport. Okay, so basically it's either coming from here or coming from here to this lake. So from the lake or to the lake. Okay, so what I would do is I'd take this heavy flatbed. I would march myself right through this area right here. You can bring this. This is not going to be, how do I say this? Actually, no. Here's what I do. I would get a vehicle that has good ground clearance, big tires, okay? Probably a Kolob. Okay. or I've done this with a Dan, to be honest, but I don't recommend doing this with a truck that doesn't have big tires, because this is going to require you to climb over some stuff. Take this trailer, bring it over here. Okay, I would come right through this field right here, go over to this corner, then jump on this road. Come over to here. This is a down sloping trench that comes down. Jump down here. Try not to get everything caught up. The trailer is going to drag, but if you have a pretty darn powerful big wheeled truck like a Kolob, max power Kolob, you'll pull this down here easily. Then what I would do is I would traverse along here, okay? Try not to go into this ice. I would say stay close to these rocks, not going in over this way. March that thing all the way down here, okay? Next, to bring this up, I would actually just jump on this path and come right up through here. Okay, boom. March it right up through here, down. You either can split off here and come down this way to the lake, or you can just march it right through here and then down. Now, after you get there and you have the plane parts, if you choose to take the airplane fuselage that has the big parts sticking off of it, here's what I would do. I think this is the best route to take. If you're pulling it from here, I'd pull it up this path, around through this little village. After you pass this little village, after you pass this tree here, make this left-hand turn. This is all snow. Drive it all the way through here, okay? There's a pass. You can get through this stuff. Okay, just pick your way through it. Big tires, diff lock, all-wheel drive. This, you'll make it. I promise you'll make it. I've done it. I pulled this with an Azov 64131 before. It can do it. Pull it through this gap. You'll have this little mud pit here, whatever, slushy stuff. Not really a big deal. You'll turn in here. You're gonna have to maneuver, right? Because this is gonna get kind of tight. So you have to take this turn wide, cut in. The Kolobs are really good at actually turning and maneuvering trailers. It's another really good property they have. For being so big, they actually can maneuver pretty well. So you're gonna come through here. These two, there's a rock here and a rock here. You come through this area. You go this way. Here's why you're not going this way. Okay, here's why I would not turn down this way and go here, because this is a very tight space. And also, you're going to get the plane caught up here. Here's the thing. I've taken the plane through here, and I've disconnected and reconnected the unpack and pack, and it has worked. But I believe there's a clip on my channel, I don't know, I can't find it anymore, where I've done that, and the plane has literally went flying into the air, hundreds of feet. I would not take it through here. I would take it, march it right down this path, over to here, down to the ice, and then turn right, bring this all the way down the ice, back down here, back up here. Okay, so this is where you're going to take this turn really wide though. You come down here, take this turn wide, and come up through here. What is going to happen is you're going to drag the trailer, because you're going to march up this bluff here onto the road. The trailer's going to drag. You might get stuck. All you got to do is winch. Winch to here, turn your truck, winch from the trailer to the trees, turn. After you get onto this path, then you essentially come down through here and then drop it off. Pretty much the best route, in my opinion. But yeah, I actually have a walkthrough of that on YouTube, actually. If you want to, it's called a Route Runner review. You can go check that out on my channel. Oh wait, we're going this way. I gotta turn around. That's right. We're turning around. But yeah, I mean, there's probably other ways you can take that folks here have done. Yeah, if you want excitement, you take the Way of the Rocks. I can show that too as well. It's basically this. This could be an actually pretty good challenge. If I ever play the game over again, I would probably do it this way, where you just basically, instead of coming down here to the ice and breaking off, you'll come out of here, and instead of like breaking off this way, you would basically continue, or you would break through here, hit this path, and then up on this place right here. Yeah, and then bring it over through there. That's kind of crazy, yeah. That's a good one. You did that? Yeah, it'll make your butt pucker a little bit. Probably shouldn't say that on stream, right? But there's a pucker factor. The wide trailer would get stuck in the canyon. Ooh. Oh yeah, that little canyon that you go down through. Yeah. It makes things exciting, interesting, right? You rolled it into the woods? Oh, dude. That doesn't sound good. But yeah, farmer, if I would say that's a good, and this is why like I go back to like the collabs, man. I mean, think about this, like first playthrough, the collabs, they're so good with that mission. They really are. Short nose collab, yeah. Both of them are just good, man. You bought the collab just for that mission? Yeah, they're both just solid. They're both solid. Okay, well that wasn't too hard. I can guarantee you I'm not going to complete Season 9 anytime soon, but we're gonna get there. Yeah, I just might need to be diff locked a lot, man. What's the difference between the two axle cat 681 versus the CT680 and the HX520? I'd say the HX520 probably resembles a little bit more of the White Western Star, just with more power. Very similar balance, to be honest. The CT680 actually is almost identical, in my opinion, to the 681 minus the drop axle on the 681. They have the same suspension properties in the back with that I forget what it's called. It's like a walking beam suspension. Come on, baby. Come on, you know you can do it. Yeah, man, it's the collabs, honestly, and that's why I rank the collabs really high still on a tier list. It's just because they can do stuff like that. They're still just so good. Oh, you're welcome, man. Hope we've helped you out. Yeah, the active suspension helps a lot too, but I think we don't get that until what, Season 2? With the collabs, I think. This Cat 745C on standby? Yeah, that's always a good one for standby. Let me see if I can just roll high gear here. Can we just roll it? I think so. I think we're good. Let's see if I can hold it and not spin out. Nope, I need it. I need it. I mean, we're going. We're making progress. Okay. I need winch. I need winch time. Let's go, baby. Kenworth. Alright, so how do you guys think the Kenworth's doing right now? What do you think? Terrible? Bad? Okay? I'd buy that. No? Ice is the kryptonite? Man, ice is a lot of trucks kryptonite. Well, broken ice, actually no. Like falling through stuff, the 745C can navigate broken ice. Does much better than you expected. Yeah, it's not bad. Just need some ice uphill. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Ice uphill, yeah, for sure. That is tough. Yeah, I'm just staying out of that stuff. I'm not gonna just jump down there in the mud if I don't have to. I'm still in high gear, just kind of pre-shifted right now. Whatever, just roll it. We're delivering trash, by the way. We are delivering trash. Yo, but you know what's crazy? Is like the fuel tank on this thing, man. 101 gallons. Okay, I guess we're okay there. With the current, so it helps me like push into this. Yeah, it does have two nice snorkels, yeah. Dude, they have like LED lights on them? Dude, that's pretty sweet. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I never noticed that. The aesthetics, man. It's all about the aesthetics. RGB, yeah. I don't like this, but I'm gonna try to cross here. This is actually not a good idea, but we're gonna do it anyways. Like this. Please help me. Yes. Are we good? Let's go Kenworth. But yeah, man, it's like how do you compare a Kenworth W990 being a highway truck now to the other highway trucks? Has the most fuel, has the biggest tires, has always on diff lock. None of them have that. The best tire codes in the game for a hauling class truck as well. It's like, it was fast. Great job. We actually have stumbled upon some spare parts here. You may have use for them. Okay, I think that opened up something. No, it didn't. Say what? Wait, hold on a second. What brightness do you use? Mine is too dark to see wheels. Okay, let's see. What brightness do I use? I use this right here. Pretty much like in the middle of like the O and the N, or like right at the beginning of the N. Yeah, you're welcome. I am going to go to the restroom because I've been drinking a ton of coffee and not to pee. So we'll be right back. We'll get started here on the next mission with the Kenworth. So hang in there. Okay, let's do this. All right, what do we got to do? Let me turn this. Yeah. Water boom. Pretty sure I can get all these things. Let's go water boom. Bad trip. No. Floating. I don't want to do this with this truck. I really don't. Getting down into here and getting out of this rock face is going to be like super tough, especially with this. It's just going to be a pretty big challenge. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to do that right now. It's 2. 1 cabin. Metal roll. What's in here? I gotta make a cabin? No, dude, are you serious? I think I do have to make a cabin. Yeah, I don't have any cabins. Yikes. I don't like this. So that's 2. What's 3? A cabin as well? No. Oh my, dude, I don't want to do this. I don't want to make cabins. I'll do this. I'll do this right now. And then I'll work on the cabins. So package sand, small pipes. Do I have small pipes here? I do. Cool. Let's do that. Yeah, That sounds good. Let's go do that. What is up here? Ooh. I could actually just... Give me a second. You know what we're gonna do? Let's do something different here. There are cabins in stock? Really? Wait, where? Here? I don't think so. Yeah, 0. Yeah, I don't see any. I don't see any. You know, I think... Yeah, there's no cabins. I wonder... Oh, these are just like metal beams, I think, that open up. These are like metal beams or something like that open up later, or this too. No worries. I mean, dude, I mean, I can craft these. I can craft these later. But what I'll do is right now, I'll use this. We're gonna use this actually to deliver these 2 package sand, 2 small pipes. I mean, it's right here. Might as well use it. I mean, any chance we can use the P12? I mean, why not, right? Oh, you know what? Here's the bad thing. I don't have a way to overstack. I don't have anything over here to overstack me. Okay, scratch that. Scratch that. You can't. Can't even do it. I'd have to overstack it, and I can't do it. 4, yeah, 6 slots. Kenworth, back to Kenworth, dude. Just back to Kenworth. Where are we at here? W990. Let's get him over here. Just get him over here. Get it done. Two cabins in the warehouses near the garage. So, I believe I've used these. Yeah, I've used these already. I've used those, and I've used this one too. I think there was one here, and I've used them. We've used them already. But it's alright, I can craft them. Yeah, we'll just craft them up. No worries. There are 1 and 2 on the next map? Okay. Kind of wish I just knew the count. Like what I have, what I need. That'd be a good spreadsheet for me to like make, I guess. Even though I don't really feel like doing that. But that would save time. It would definitely save time to do that, for sure. Definitely save time. Lily pads. It's crazy the thing you notice when you're actually looking, right? SnowRunner generated directly from the game file. I forget how Naked Dave generated that stuff. I forget how he actually generated like the actual like The depth properties and how he measured that. That's a good question. It's pretty accurate, man. He does a good job. If your computer can handle it with it rendering out, it is quite sweet to use. Zooming in close and looking through the trees, yeah. Oh, I could have broke that up, dude. SnowRunner shows the Taiga in North Peak National Park. This MapRunner still does not. North Peak National Park, that's season 10, right? British Columbia? My question is, there's a truck, I don't know if it's on Pipeline Bay. I forget which map. It might be Reactive Zone or something like that on season 12. But it's saying it's the Western Star 49X. But the thing is, it can't be. Because the Western Star 49X is a DLC, so they actually can't have a DLC vehicle be free on the map because not everyone has it, right? So you just can't. It can't be a reward item. So I think it's just either a placeholder or something like that, but I wonder what truck it's going to be. I don't know. I don't know if you could. But then again, it's like, why have it as a paid DLC if you can get it as a reward in season 12, right? I think we'd have some issues. Come on, come on, come on. Stop. Let's go see. Basically just a stone's throw down to this water place, which is good. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna work that out, but you guys know what I'm talking about. If you go on like MapRunner, I'm not sure which actual map it is. I'm guessing it's reactive. Reaction? Is it reaction or reactive zone? Oh no, stay away from the mud. Actually, I want to see what map that is, just so I can actually reference this. 1 second, I'm gonna look. I have to look. One has to look. It might be reactive zone. It is reactive zone. Yeah, the Western Star 49X showing down there. I really wonder if that's a placeholder. No. I want to go back to borderless. OHD versus MHS2. I am going to say OHD1. But I think I'm going to say this though. If you're pulling cargo like this, OHD1. If you're just strictly worried, yeah, it also depends. There's also a little, yeah, it kind of depends too as well. If your truck is tippy as all get out, and you're not carrying cargo like this, yeah, I would probably say either MHS2 is a good pick if you just want to stay stable. But I mean, also the OHDs are very stable. But how do I say this? This will make sense. Your tires in the front aren't as wide as the tires in the back because there's the doubles, right? So if you have an MHS2, they're 0.78 on the front too as well, so you're gaining a little bit more width in the front, and then you're gaining width in the back. Back here on the OHDs, it's like I forget what the actual number is, like 1.12 or something like that. So you have a ton of width in the back, so you're getting a ton of lateral stability, but only the front are like 0.52, right? So you're definitely gaining stability with both tires. But also with doubles in the back, like an OHD1, you're gaining something called a rear mass scale, where your back tires actually weigh double the amount that a single tire would weigh, and your suspension kind of stiffens. But OHD pressed in underweight is the way to go for hauling, which, yeah. But MHS2s are pretty good too as well. They're definitely a really good tire. Yeah, it doesn't have, the only MHS2s I think the Twin Steer has is going to be the Jats. So, which are a pretty good go-between. And I think they have the Jat OHDs as well. There's a lot of options. Yes, the UOD2s are great with weights. Yes. They are great. The UOD2s are very, very capable. Very capable. They actually perform better than the OMDs, the Jat OMDs. Okay, so the DMHS2. So the DMHS2 are the same. The DMHS, all the DMHS tires are this literally, I don't say they're the same. They literally follow the same template as the MHS1, which are a single narrow track, okay? The MHS1s still, under a test strip situation, have performed faster than wider tires, okay? But I think what people think is a wider tire gets you better performance in mud. That's actually not true. The only thing you're really gaining with a wider tire, you're just gaining more lateral stability and buoyancy. So if you want lateral stability and buoyancy on a truck, dude, wider tires are a great pick for you. But if you want just sheer performance, a narrow track like an OHS is going to crush. It is a missed opportunity. I feel like they could have made those a lot. They could have made those really nice, to be honest. They could have made those really nice. That would be a question for Vickrell, yeah. Which I'm kind of afraid to ask. Why the DMHS though? Yeah, I don't know why they did that, man. I don't know. But yeah, I'll go in here. This is a test map. I'll just kind of explain this. So essentially for trucks that really have, so some trucks can't even equip. So like here's a single, these are all single narrow tracks, right? MHS1, DMHS, DMHS2, and 3. These are all single narrow tracks. The JAT, MHS are actually single wide because these are actually wider than these, right? These are actually single narrows. This is a single narrow too, but this one actually performs the best in testing of them all. But if you feel like you're going to sink into the mud too much, using a wider tire is, yeah, that's the pick. So it kind of depends upon you. But for like trucks like the Tega, so I mean you have balloons that you can call upon. You even could use the OHS. You have OHDs. I would probably use OHDs because you're going to pretty much be hauling things all the time. If you're using a semi-trailer and you have the option to use an OHD, I probably would. Pretty much I probably would. And the thing is, I wouldn't use a JAT OHD with a Tega because this thing has amazing balance. There's no reason you need extra width. There's no reason. So yeah, honestly, you even could pick an OHS, but I actually, if I was hauling, I want my suspension stiff. So, but yeah, MHS2s, if you can use them, these are actually probably the widest of your mud tires, second to the Tega tire, which is the TMHS, wherever that's at right here. Yeah, so those are good options. But anyways, y'all, that is the extent of my time. I'm sorry I got on stream a little bit later here. Yo, Kazi, thank you for that follow. I'm sorry I got on stream a little bit later here, man. What graphics settings do I use for stream? Oh, dude, for stream, not good. I put it on 60 frames, and then I reduce everything to like low. Times 16. I keep shadow quality on high because if you don't, it like flickers. But yeah, usually on stream to keep GPU overhead, just so I can encode. I keep everything pretty low, but it looks good. Hopefully it looks good. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for stopping out. It's been great. Today we showed you guys the test results on the ZHM tires and showed you that the JAT MSH tires are not better for the ZIC 612. We also did a poll for which truck I'm going to use next, and that was, yes, the W990. So we've been using that. And also we watched SD1's video that he just put out today, and he actually got a gifted sub today from Jelly Bean. So Jelly Bean, thank you for that sub as well. Sleepy Guy, thank you for the subs. Thank you guys for those follows, and also thank you Enomics for that sub as well. It's been great, guys. Thanks for hanging out today. We will be back tomorrow, pretty much same time, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard. Back here doing this stuff with hard mode pretty much until season 12 comes out. So bye-bye for now, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. And as always, God bless and stay upright.